Sometimes the most important messages aren't just said once. They're woven into the very fabric of a story, through patterns, through repetition. So today, let's dive into one of the world's most famous books and see how these hidden patterns create some really powerful meaning.
Okay, take a look at this number, 365. We all know it, right? It's the number of days in a year. But it also has this other really special significance hidden inside the pages of the Bible. Any ideas what that might be?
Well, that brings us to the big question we're going to unpack. There's a certain phrase, a command really, that is said to show up 365 times. Like it's meant to be a message for every single day. So, what is it?
All right, let's find out. This first part of our explainer is all about this daily command.
And boom, there it is. So simple, right? But so powerful. Just two words that pop up again and again as this constant reassurance: fear not. This is the message believed to be repeated for each day of the year.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting. It's not always those exact two words, fear not. The number 365 comes from including all the variations, like do not be afraid or have no fear. And honestly, the precise count can change a little bit depending on which translation of the Bible you're reading. But the number itself is more symbolic. The big idea is that it's this daily, year-round reminder not to let fear run your life.
But this command about how to face the outside world, that's not the only powerful pattern. There's another word, one that points inward, that actually appears even more often. It's what you might call the Bible's most vital organ.
So let me ask you this. If fear not is all about our external actions, what word do you think gets repeated over and over and over again to talk about our internal world? Our thoughts, our feelings, the very core of who we are.
The word is heart. Yeah, it might seem a little obvious now that you see it, but it's the sheer frequency of it that's so incredible.
And just how frequent are we talking? Get this, it shows up over 800 times. That's more than double the daily reminder of fear not. The text is clearly placing a massive emphasis on this idea of the heart.
And just like with fear not, the exact number bounces around depending on the translation. You can see on this chart the classic King James Version has it over 800 times. A more modern translation like the NIV still has it well over 500 times. And this tool called Strong's Concordance, which is basically a giant index of every word, puts the number at 826. So the point is, no matter which version you pick up, the pattern is undeniable.
But okay, what does the Bible actually mean when it says heart? Because it's not quite what we might think. Let's get a clear definition.
So in this context, the heart isn't the organ pumping blood through your veins. Nope. Think of it more like the command center for your entire inner self. It's everything that makes you, you. Your intellect, your emotions, your desires, your decisions. It's the whole shebang.
Okay, so we have a command for the outer world, fear not, and this intense focus on the inner world, the heart. Now, when you put them together, you start to see that this isn't random at all. You start to see a pattern with a real purpose.
And this slide just lays it out so clearly. On one side, you've got the heart. That's your inner world, the stuff you have to manage. On the other, you've got fear not. That's the instruction for how you're supposed to engage with the outer world. It's like a complete guide for both your internal state and your external actions.
So, the real takeaway here is that these aren't just weird quirks of the language. This level of repetition is totally intentional. It's a powerful rhetorical tool used to signal what is most important. What gets repeated is what truly matters.
And hey, this isn't just an observation. It's a recognized feature of the text. Our source material puts it plainly, saying that the command, do not be afraid, is a central theme of the Bible. Its repetition is all the proof you need of its importance.
Let's just break down the logic here, because it's a simple but super effective way to communicate. Step 1, you introduce a really vital concept, like heart, or fear not. Step 2, you repeat that idea a lot. And the result? Step 3, the reader understands, whether they realize it or not, that this is a core, unmissable piece of the message.
So what's the big picture? It's that the Bible uses this powerful tool of repetition to really hammer home its most essential instructions. It's a blueprint. Get your inner world, your heart, in order, and then go out and face the outer world without fear.
And that leaves us with one last kind of provocative thought. If repetition signals what's most important in a text, what about in our own lives? What are the messages, the words, the ideas that we repeat to ourselves every single day? And what does that repetition say about what truly matters to us? Thanks for watching.